I was trying to reconnect to spirit actually after a severe accident that I had with a car, and I really needed to reconnect. I knew that was missing after much physio and concentration on the body, but I did really miss that connection because that's what I always felt was most important. And I was given a book by someone in the U.S., I hadn't been here long, who was the Daily Word, and I was very impressed with how it went straight to my heart. And it was trying to get to that point before without any success. And so the Daily Word became very important to me. I was incredibly grateful for it because it lifted me above everyday ordinary consciousness and the fears I had of even going into my village. It was just profound for me. And from there it just took off, and I became very much involved in this idea of giving is receiving, which I had always believed in objectively. But when you get it at a gut level, you recognize that you could be in that place of light and joy and peace all the time, just by turning within. And that's what unity means to me, and more since I've discovered the power of silent unity, being a responder. It really does mean the world to me because I have that anchor so available wherever I am. I don't have to be reading. I can just remember and embrace the experience of prayer line and being there for people in that way, in that consciousness. It is, to me, Unity's way of praying is a shift in consciousness completely. It's not the ordinary mind. To me, you can't access peace in that mind. Our agendas aren't what is going to bring us to happiness and peace. It's God's agenda, and just admitting that we don't know what anything means. How could we? How could we know how God shines the light in us for everyone else? In fact, when I came back to find spirituality, in the beginning it was A Course in Miracles back in the U.S. in the early 80s, which is very similar to me, to what Unity says. And so I already had embraced that idea that we are part of God. And so it was very easy a transition for me. And in fact, it's so, Unity's way is so practical. It gives that guidance as to how to do it, how to get in touch through prayer, basically. And it's just a totally different way of thinking about prayer. So that was brand new on top of my experience with A Course in Miracles, saying that we are part of God, we are one with God. Our basic problem is believing in separation from God. And so it really, I don't think people have to have years and years of that background the way I did. If they're ready and want to, I think we all are seeking God, whether we know it or not. But it's so easy with Unity to find God because we're all familiar with prayer, and we can do it so much quicker with Unity's way, I think.